Hey guys, Pressable Comic Book University and Old Man Hawkeye, issue number 5 of 12. This may be my last issue that I'm on until the trade comes out, and then I'll just read the whole thing there. And if it's worth it, I might do a spotlight on story for it. Let me tell you why now. This was a good story. I'm enjoying it. The thing is, there's nothing new really happening here. Look, I'm going to make a comparison here, and you're going to be a little shocked at the comparison. Listen to it. I'm comparing this comic book with Damage. Okay, look. Damage is basically, the new DC universe, or the new DC Age of Heroes over in the DC Comics. Damage is just this dude. He's big, he's strong, he's whatever. He's he's a direct facsimile of the Hulk. Literally, people attacked me and attacked me and attacked me. I'm going to call them DC fanboys, attacked me for saying that he's a direct facsimile of the Hulk. And people, he's nothing like the Hulk. And then all of a sudden, what do you call it? DNC, what the heck is his name? Diversity in Comics. He goes and says the exact same thing I say, and all of a sudden all the fanboys fall in line. Good little boy. Good. Fall in line. Fall in line. Anyway, yeah, a little annoyed by that. So anyway, this is following the exact same pattern though, all right? Here's this main character, and it's just the bad guy of the week, the flavor of the week bad guy just keeps on coming and coming and coming. And here it's not even as... Like, Damage at least keeps on throwing a new bad guy at you. This one, it's like, oh, here's the Venoms again. No, here's Bullseye again. No, here's Venoms again. Here's Bullseye again. Okay, now here's somebody else. But they get killed by the Venoms, because here they come again. Like, come on, dude. Oh, this is just not, it's not fun anymore. And it hurts that it's, Mark Millar's Old Man Logan was, if I remember correctly, that was in volume 3 of Wolverine, and it was just like a 10-issue arc, right? If I remember correctly, maybe it was 9 issues. I think it was 10 issues, though. Anyway, that was amazing. You know what the really amazing part of it was? It was fresh. It was new. It had never been touched on before. I don't want to sit here and say that Mark Millar is a better writer than, what's this? Taylor's doing the Sachs. Sachs is doing this. Ethan Sachs. Like, I've read some of Ethan Sachs' stuff before. He's good. You know what I'm saying? It's just, he sees a pattern that works, so he's following it. And it's like, no. The reason why it worked is because it was fresh. When all of a sudden the Old Man Logan actual comic book series came out, he didn't stay in the wasteland for very long. It's like, okay, here's something new happening. Okay, now he's out of the wasteland. Now he's here in the regular Earth 616 universe. It was very different. All right, it didn't follow the same pattern because you can't. There's some things you can't, you can replicate, but you can't recreate. And that's a huge factor here. Mark Millar is a genius. I don't think anybody can argue that. The guy's about to become an empire in and of himself on Netflix with the Millarverse. You know what I'm saying? Who else has something called their name verse? All right, I'm just saying. There's not even a Bendis verse. Although one day. So I'm like, I'm not trying to insult Ethan Sachs by saying that this isn't, as good as Mark Millar's version. It's just, it's trying to facsimilate that, and it's not working. It's just, there's nothing fresh about this. We meet Kate Bishop in this, old woman Kate Bishop, so old woman Hawkeye, in many regards. That's cool, but like, it's literally just, oh, here's where this person went, here's where this person went. And again, yes, that's exactly what Old Man Logan did, the original, but it was original. You know what I'm saying? It was the first of its kind. When you just copy it, I'm not impressed. So this is actually getting kind of boring right now. I think it's about to go even darker. Like, Turk got killed in this issue right in front of his nephew, who's wearing an Ant-Man helmet, which is really messed up. You know what I'm saying? It's really traumatic. And now, like, Hawkeye's the hero who you love to hate because he's always doing something stupid. He's always putting his foot in his mouth. He's always getting himself in trouble, and he's always getting himself busted up. He's always getting his friends hurt while his friends have to bail him out. He's the guy who's always in over his head. So, and it doesn't matter if it's a hero beating him up or a villain beating him up. Somebody's always beating him up because that's just who he is. Well, doing it here, it just seems like, dude, you're way too old to have made that mistake. You know, if I get some older person, somebody my age or whatever, making a silly argument with me, as opposed to a little kid, I might entertain this. You know, you're 14 years old or something like that. Yeah, then you're little to me. It's like, dude, no, here, why don't you try and think a thought all the way through and do this? But if it's somebody my age, or God forbid, older my age, I'm going to put them straight right away. Be like, dude, you are way too old to be acting this damn immature. And that's exactly what I see when I look at Hawkeye. And I'd be okay saying it to his face because dude can't see anymore. He couldn't shoot me. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like he's way too old to still be this stupid. And that's exactly what, like, if I saw this guy in real life, I'd be like, dude, you are freaking stupid. You are so toxic. Everything, anybody who crosses a street on the same side as you is going to get themselves killed because you are just so dangerous, and not in and of yourself. No, the kind of crap you get yourself into. So the only cool thing about this is that we get to see how Hawkeye caused all this trouble for the Red Skull in the Millarverse. Like, this is, you know, Ethan's take on this. Awesome. It's cool seeing that. I appreciate that. That's why I do want to read the trade paperback. Why did he make it so that he ticked off the Red Skull so much and the higher ups so much? But aside from that, I'm going to just put this series on hold right now. Maybe it's just 12 issues and it's not even like a bi-weekly comic book. God forbid a weekly comic book. I'm not feeling it. I'm just not. So I'll wait for the trade. Maybe when I read the whole thing from beginning to end straight through, you know, it'll be like 2 trades, I guess. Then, you know, maybe that'll feel better for me. I think that I'll enjoy it a little bit better than that. But him getting to this cliffhanger where it's like, you're going to get this entire village full of people killed, you know, the sanctuary city, they're all going to freaking die because you just had to come here, as opposed to just dealing with the mess that you left, you know, that you started, that you created. So yeah, it's way too messed up for me. It's not even dark at this point. It's just, I want to smack this guy in the teeth. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.